let's talk about the one feature that has totally changed the game for modern cruises: the water slide. I mean, these things have gone from a simple distraction by the pool to these jaw-dropping engineering marvels that basically define the entire ship. So how did we even get here? Let's dive into the epic rise of the cruise ship water slide. You know, it all started out pretty small. Back in 1978, Carnival put what was basically a backyard slide on its ship, the Festivale. Cute, right? But by 1996, things were getting serious, with a massive 214-foot corkscrew slide. Then the 2010s hit, and it became a full-blown battle of the water slides, a crazy arms race between cruise lines that got us to the incredible floating theme parks we see today. And make no mistake, this isn't just about having fun in the sun, it is a high-stakes competition. We are talking about gigantic investments meant to be the star attraction of a billion-dollar vessel. This constant need to have the biggest and the best has pushed marine engineering to its absolute limits, transforming the top decks of these ships into something totally new. And if we're talking about a champion in this water slide war, right now, there's one clear winner, and that's Royal Caribbean's brand new behemoth, the icon of the seas. Its water park is pretty much the peak of what's possible at sea. For now. So the crown jewel of its Thrill Island neighborhood is called the Category 6 Water Park. Why Category 6? Because it has 6, count them, 6 record-breaking slides. That is the most you'll find in any single water park on any ship, anywhere. And one of those 6 is the frightening Bolt. This thing holds the record for the tallest water slide at sea. We're talking a 46-foot drop. That's a heart-in-your-throat, near-vertical plunge straight down. No joke. But see, Category 6 isn't just about one crazy drop. What really makes it a game-changer is the sheer variety. You've got those extreme adrenaline junkie slides sitting right next to big family raft rides, and even slides where you can race your friends. They've really tried to have something for everybody. Okay, the engineering is amazing, the thrills are off the charts, but this relentless push for bigger, faster, crazier, it comes with real risks, and it really makes you wonder what happens when that thrill turns into a genuinely scary reality. Stop the slide. I mean, can you imagine? That was the terrified scream captured on video by someone watching from the deck. People just stared in shock as water started blasting out the side of the frightening Bolt while someone was still inside. So here's what happened. An acrylic glass panel on the slide just shattered mid-ride. Now, thankfully, the guest didn't fall out, but as he flew past that broken section, he got scraped up and suffered skin lacerations. Of course, the slide was shut down instantly pending a full investigation. As you'd expect, Royal Caribbean closed the slide for the rest of that trip and started a major investigation. Right now, experts are trying to figure out what went wrong. They're looking at things like material stress, wondering if the harsh marine environment, the constant salt air, the vibration and motion of the ship, could have weakened the panel over time. An incident like this, it doesn't just impact one ship. It sends ripples across the entire cruise industry. So let's kind of zoom out for a second and see how Icon's whole setup really stacks up against its biggest rivals. When you get down to the pure thrill of a drop slide, it's a real showdown. Royal Caribbean's frightening Bolt has the title for tallest drop, but Norwegian's free fall is the fastest. It actually pulls up to 4 Gs of force on you. So it really just depends on what you're after, hike or speed. And Royal Caribbean's strategy becomes super clear when you just look at the numbers. You put the Icon of the Seas up against the flagships from its main rivals, and it just dominates in the sheer number of slides. It is a very clear move to win the battle on both scale and variety. But of course, everybody's got their own special thing, right? Carnival has its awesome waterworks parks on pretty much every ship. Norwegian has that wild ocean loop slide that actually dangles you out over the side of the ship. Disney, well, they're all about family fun with their famous Aqueduct water coaster. And MSC's getting really creative with interactive slides that are basically like living video games. Okay, so with all these incredible and, let's be honest, sometimes really intense options out there, it can be a lot to take in. So how do you pick the right adventure for you? And maybe more importantly, how do you stay safe doing it? Look, finding your perfect slide is actually pretty easy if you just remember three things. First, know your own thrill level. Are you an adrenaline junkie looking for the biggest drops, or are you more about family fun? Second, think about who you're with. If you've got little kids, they'll want to ship with a great splash park. And third, and this is the most important one, ride smart. Follow the rules, the height, weight, and how to sit instructions. They are there for a reason, to keep you safe. And hey, let me give you a little pro tip from people who cruise all the time. The lines for these slides can get absolutely massive, especially in the middle of the day. If you want to get the most rides in, you gotta go either right when they open or later in the afternoon when everyone else is heading in. Trust me on this one. In the end, though, dodging lines is just one part of it. This incredible race for the biggest, the fastest, and the most thrilling has given us these amazing experiences we could have never dreamed of just a decade ago. But it also forces us to ask a really important question, especially when we see what can happen. Are these floating theme parks pushing the limits just a little too far? It's something to think about.